Gold broke above $4,100 today as Middle East diplomacy reshaped the inflation outlook. Markets moved hard. Equities, metals, Forex, and energy all in play tonight. And the day's biggest mover is saved for last. Tesla saw notable downside pressure in today's session, with the strong bearish trend reasserting itself and price action consistently printing lower as sellers remained in control. The trend points firmly lower, and the market looks more likely to extend toward lower levels while that structure remains intact. Visa closed the Wednesday session holding a constructive structure, with price action continuing to post higher ground and momentum staying firmly aligned to the upside. The trend leans higher, and the path of least resistance points toward higher levels, as long as that bullish structure remains intact. Dollar Canada extended its move to the upside today, supported by broad Canadian dollar weakness as oil prices retreated on trade data. The trend leans higher, and the market structure favors a continuation toward higher levels, while energy side pressure on the loonie persists. The Dow finished Wednesday's session consolidating within a bullish framework, with the broader trend still pointed toward higher levels following recent record-breaking momentum. Price action suggests the path of least resistance remains to the upside as the trend structure stays in place. Bitcoin struggled through the Wednesday session, with selling pressure keeping price action capped and the trend pointing firmly toward lower levels. The bearish structure that has developed over recent sessions remains in control, and the path of least resistance continues to favor an extension to lower levels. MasterCard tracked a similar story today, with the session reinforcing the bullish structure seen over recent days and buyers defending key levels on any dip. The trend leans higher, and the market looks more likely to extend toward higher levels, while that price structure holds. Silver edged higher through Wednesday's session, catching a modest tailwind from gold's surge above 4,100, though the move remained measured relative to its yellow metal counterpart. The trend leans mildly higher, and the market looks more likely to probe higher levels than to reverse from here. Dollar softened to a 6-week low, while gold surged on fading US-Iran tensions, cooling bets on Fed tightening. German yields hit 3-week lows as energy price declines dragged Eurozone producer prices lower, pulling the Canadian dollar down with oil. The single event to watch on today's calendar is US ADP non-farm employment change. Oil was the standout mover of the day, whipsawing between a drop tied to trade data and a sharp recovery on reports of Houthi attacks on a Saudi tanker in the Red Sea. Yet the dominant trend structure remains strongly bearish. Despite the intraday bounce, the path of least resistance stays pointed firmly toward lower levels, making this the biggest and most complex move on the board today. That is the ForexBullion evening wrap for Wednesday, the 5th of August, 2026, where today's session stood, and where structure points heading into Thursday. Subscribe to stay ahead of every session, and the morning edition checks whether oil's bearish structure survived the Red Sea headlines overnight. This is general market information for educational purposes only, not financial advice.